Well, I think that when you somewhat, from a depth standpoint, you've got to watch giving the same guy too many jobs. For instance, a guy that plays Sam in base defense, that plays Mike in the dime package, that plays Will in the nickel package. All those things add up, and you've got to really watch what you do so that you don't overload your players and force them to making unforced errors by being confused. And so there's a fine line between having enough bullets in your gun to shoot, to be able to do things you need to do, and at the same time not overloading your guys and making good players slow down because they're thinking too much.
Yeah, I feel like everybody's back focused. I think that gave us a little reality check, that loss. I feel like everybody went out there today and seen that we weren't, invincible out there, and I feel like everybody's back focused like we were in the beginning of the season, like for the first game, and I think that's going to pay off in the end.
I mean, I don't look at the stat sheets. We get in with Coach Rocker, he doesn't look at the stat sheets, I look at it as if you're going to look at grades, go over there in the Haley Center and get your grades now, so I don't too much pay attention to that anymore. I don't know what's the deal with that. This is how I look at the grading system,
Gotcha. How'd you grade that?
It's all about balling. I don't know, we didn't get the grade sheets or anything. We don't get grade sheets in the
You say it's about balling?
Yeah, it's about balling. You're going to get out there and play, make plays, and fly around and have fun, or, like I said before, if you want to get your grades and you want to get all these grades and stuff, go to school and get your grades. I mean, so much is going on in the defense, a little bit of my role also. I think, this cast, it's kind of tough for me playing in it. Never had to play in it before, but, like I said, I was Coach Rock, you got to go. Don't let the cast be the thing that holds you back. Obviously I'm adjusting to that, but also just me out there making plays. The difference between me rushing and me dropping back in coverage and stuff like that. So I mean, there's a lot of things going through my head, but when it boils down to it, I still have to get out there and play no matter what the predicament is. But I think I'm just down to talk to Coach Chiswick, talk to him about this defense, and I know we have a couple of injuries and stuff like that, and just how I feel, our defense is playing, and just a couple of things I think I can look at and see, that we may need to work on.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't actually realize, how open he was until I went back and watched it. But yeah, I mean, they really just, they brought a little twist off the edge and changed up timing a little bit. But that's a throw you need to make, and we make it every day in practice, and that's just one that you'd like to have back, but it's just part of it, and move on from it. But yeah, I mean, like I was saying before, that's one of those opportunities early in the game that we needed to make, and just didn't make it.
I kind of just said something after the game. I just let those guys know. I mean, yeah, we lost, and you learn from our mistakes, and of course you should be mad about it, but don't dwell on it, because I told those guys, that we're a good team, and just that we got to rebound, and good teams rebound. Everyone's going to lose at some point, so it's about rebounding. And I told them that's going to be the key thing right there. It's not that we lost, because everyone's going to lose at some point. It's how you come back after you lose.
Do your eyes light up at all when you're going against a defense that's last in the league and run defense giving up 178 yards a game? Does that get you going a little bit?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
His eyes just lit up.
Boy, your eyes right there. Just lit up.
I guess, you can't really go in there thinking about that, because, it's the SEC defense, and any time, they could, buckle down, and so you always have to go in with thinking that, you're running against somebody like Tennessee or Florida, because, those are great defenses, and you have to approach everything the same.